has an amazing time and so far has had a really good performance overall in the tournament. Let me know if the sound of the game compared to the microphone. Let me know how you guys listen to it. Since I'm not able to monitor this because I'm doing the commentary right now. But here we go. We're gonna be seeing TMR actually going for the route of the spread P shooter. That's gonna be saving a little bit of time on the early game because we're gonna be seeing Xeroplanes actually doing Forest Follies. But on the long run, it seems that Lover and Spread, as well as Roundabout and Spread, seems to be faster than the route of escaping Forest Follies. The other advantage, though, of doing tutorial to get the 4 coins and actually just buying Spread compared to going to Forest Follies is that Forest Follies can be a little bit trolly. We can see here that Zero Planes already got a piece of damage right now. Uh, but since he doesn't have to do accurate skip as in other versions of the Cuphead game, it's not as trolly as it could be. Let's say if you're playing Legacy or any other versions where you actually go for the accurate skip. All right, and Zero Planes finishing with Forest Follies right now, while Mexican Runner it's already going into the vegetables here, going with the pea shooter spread. It's a little bit faster to go for Forest Follies on the long run, but it's not like it's a crazy big advantage, especially with many things that can happen in this game. We know that a lot of these bosses can be very difficult. There might be a little bit of RNG involved in the game, as well as just pure execution that could turn things one way or the other. Um, all right, so here we are both now in the vegetables. TMR going for the classic route, not going for the new transformation on the onion, where you just stop doing damage for a little bit of a moment and then the transition happens a little bit faster. But I'm not sure if it's even faster if you're going with the pea shooter. Oh, we can see the lover trap right now on Zero Plane side. None of them going for the new face or the new transformation on the vegetables. So they're just both going for the classic route, doing another lover trap right there, and just hitting the carrots right there, hitting the carrots with those lover EXs. And they're both done with the vegetables. Not a big deal for any of the two runners. Just 1 HP right there for Zero Planes, but not a big deal. So we can see the flies here. Ideally, you want to see the punches, as far as I know, if you're using the pea shooter. But this should be fine. If he keeps going with the damage, he can get a minor skip here after the punches. I think he might be able to do it. I'm not sure because he used a lot of pea shooter right there. Let's see if he actually gets the skip. I'm not sure if he got enough damage. And it seems that he didn't. So ideally, you want to skip that second phase once the frog goes to the left. You want to just be immediately pulled back down to the right when he appears on the screen again. However, it's a very specific amount of damage because if you do way too much damage, you can get what is called a super skip, and that's not allowed for the no major glitches category. So let's see if Zero Planes actually got it. He's been very careful with the way that he suspend those lover EX, and he actually got it. That's gonna make up some time over TMR. TMR getting here the Tigers. I don't know if he's gonna have enough damage just with the P shooter to just do this in one cycle, and he doesn't. He's gonna be missing a little bit of hits to do in the second cycle here, but he's gonna be able to pull it off in the second cycle. Oh, and Zero Planes actually getting the bulls and getting those lover EXs, and he's going now a little bit of the risky route right here. He's gonna be taking a little bit of damage. And he was very close on doing that on one cycle, but not quite enough damage. He's gonna be very close, I'm sure, though. Yeah, he was just missing like a couple hits right there to be able to get it in a one cycle and catching up here little by little. TMR is with a little bit of a lead here. However, we know that the total damage output that he can do with Pea Shooter and Spread is not as good as Lover and Spread. So I think we might see almost a sync after. I'm gonna call it after Hilda. I don't think he's gonna be that close after Guppy, but I think we're gonna be seeing close to a sync after Hilda if things keeps going right. Let's see how accurate my predictions are. Let's see how accurate my predictions are down here. All right. We can see the second phase of Goopy here. Zero Planes also going into the second phase of Goopy. We see the punch. He's gonna be close to the tombstone now. Getting close to the tombstone, taking a little bit of damage boost here. We're gonna be seeing that in Zero Planes side in just a second as well. Oh, missing a little bit of damage right there. And actually, we're gonna be seeing a Xeroplanes actually. I'm not sure if he's ahead because of the loadless time, but they're like pretty much in sync right now. They're pretty much in sync right now, and we have a very close race already going down from the beginning, from aisle one. Let's see what happens here with Hilda. I think both runners are gonna be going for the risky strats in Hilda, to be honest, where you can take up to 2 damage boosts to throw a EX once Hilda is going from left to right to get as many ticks as possible. That's gonna be maximizing the damage. There is no glitch for Hilda. I mean, we're doing no major glitches, right? But there is no glitch anyway on this patch for Hilda, on this version of the game. However, if RNG goes well and you maximize your damage output, you can get very close times to 1 minute. I think the standard of a average fight is gonna be closer to like 1 minute and 10 seconds, but there's definitely possibilities to do very, very, very close to 1 minute Hilda fights if RNG is on your side and if you're doing all damage 100% on point. We can see like your plane's missing a little bit of damage right there. TMR also doing missing a little bit of damage, but that was fine because he was actually avoiding the tornado. And TMR is going for the 2 damage boost, while Xeroplanes is playing it a little bit safer. Technically, it's a little bit faster on TMR's side if he continues to do everything right. But oh man, that ha 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 was way too close. That was way too close. That ha 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 attack almost getting TMR right there, but nice dodging skills with the mini plane. Now, here on the last section, on the moon section, what you actually want to do is try to launch those EX attacks right there into the UFO so they do more ticks, so they kind of like stuck in there. And also, what you want to do is try to throw as many EX as possible when the yellow UFOs are on your face, because that way you kind of waste animation during the time that you wouldn't even be able to hit Hilda anyway. So that way you can save a little bit more time and catching up with 2 more seconds right there for TMR. Again, closer to 110. It's more of like the average fight right there, especially if you're taking the 2 damage boost. So well done by TMR, catching up for 2 more seconds. And this island one is still very, very, very close between Xeroplanes and TMR. We're gonna be going to Cagney Carnation, the best dancer in the whole game. Look at those moves, left and right, left and right. We could even have salsa cumbia, you name it here with Cagney. And Xeroplanes so far getting good luck here, not getting the seed attacks. You don't want to see any of the seed attack patterns. Now getting the acorns, Xeroplanes getting very, very good RNG against Cagney. And now he's going to be going into the final form of Cagney. Let's see if he's actually going to be doing the damage boost. There's a few damage boost strats here to do those spread EX attacks right in the face of Cagney. I don't think he's actually going for it, and nice. He just got 1 damage boost, but that's good enough to save a little bit of time. He got a pretty good RNG. Let's see if TMR actually goes for that, or if he feels more comfortable actually just staying on the face, landing as much damage as possible. And we still have a very close race here. No major offsets so far on Island 1. However, we know Island 2 can be extremely challenging. There's a lot of tricky bosses here on Island 2. Starting with Baroness Bon Bon Bon. No, not Baroness Bon Bon Bon. What am I? Oh, yeah, no. The Candy Queen. I forgot her name. She's Baroness Bon Bon Bon, right? Oh man, my memory about this game is failing already. But he can see here Xeroplanes fighting the Candy Queen, Baroness Bon Bon Bon. We're gonna be getting 3 different mini bosses here. A nice kill right there, going on to the left with the candy machine right there, setting up the lover trap. And team are going for a little bit of an old school type of route, starting with Beppy the Clown. This is kind of like the first kind of routes that were developed for this game, where you went for Beppy, then Jimmy. Uh, it's not a major difference in between time. I think it's just like 3 or 4 seconds because you waste a little bit more time going for the mini bombs. They're not actually on your way. You're gonna be getting the bombs, the plane bombs, passing Jimmy, and then you go back to Jimmy. So that a little bit amount of time, it's pretty much like the major difference. But it's like again not a crazy difference on the long run. However, going lover versus pea shooter and taking the old route versus the new route, those type of things can end up adding a little bit. and we're gonna be seeing how close they are up until the dragon, pretty much, because they're gonna be taking a very, very different route. TMR is gonna go for Peppy, Jimmy, Baroness, Wally, and Dragon. While Zero Planes is gonna go right now to Wally, then Jimmy, then Beppy, and then the Dragon. So we're gonna be seeing how close they are up until the Dragon, but we are gonna be able to have a good idea up until like just seeing how things develop here in Island 2. All right, so we can see Zero Planes fighting Wally right now. I like Wally on this version of the game. It's a little bit less stressful, I want to say, because you don't have to be on its face all the time doing the weapon swap glitch the same way that you have to do in Legacy. I think this is one of the few bosses that it's a little bit less technical compared to Legacy. However, the overall run, man, the no major glitches category, it's insanely technical if you want to do absolutely every single trick, every single time save that you could do in this version of the game. It's insane. The many, many minor things that happen. So we see Jimmy here right now. He's gonna be taking a nice pattern here, an easy pattern, not a big deal, not gonna be taking a lot of damage. Let's see if he does the. I think it's 4 bullets and then the mini bombs. I didn't even see if he took the mini bombs. He probably didn't. He's actually. Oh, he actually took them. All right, he's doing that pattern where you do a little bit of regular bullets and then the bombs, and he's having a little bit of trouble on that column. That's fine. Opting to throw a little bit of EX, that's actually pretty good as well. And yeah, Zero Planes definitely with amazing RNG right there to finish off Wally Warbles without any big trouble. A little bit of damage for the sarcophagus, and Zero is going against Jimmy now as well, both on the same boss. However, remember that Zero Planes already beat Wally as well. He has beaten 2 bosses out of Island 2 so far, while TMR has beaten just the first one so far. So let's see how he deals with the puppet. He deals with a nuke. He decides to go with the nuke, taking a little bit of advantage of the invincibility right there. And let's see which strat the Zero Planes opts to go in here. He's gonna go for a little bit of bullets and then the bomb. Oh, he's doing that like really, really fast. He's not like taking time to count those bullets. He's like, you know what? I have this on my mind. This is just pure muscle memory. I don't need to be counting bullets to then throw the bomb. I'm gonna be doing this fast. All right, let's see if he goes for the puppet, the little puppet transformation here. He has to be mini plane to go for the little puppet, but since he's spamming the bullets, I don't think he's gonna be going for the little puppet. No, he's not going for the little puppet. So both of the runners here opting not to go for any of the new transformations. They can be a little bit tricky. Some of them are faster depending on what you do. Some of them aren't really not like that much of a difference, and some of them can be also more challenging. So props to both runners for not going for the new transformations right now. Definitely very understandable. And he's gonna be on the last phase of Jimmy right now, while TMR is fighting the Jawbreaker. You don't want to see the Jawbreaker because look at all the time that it takes for the Jawbreaker to actually disappear from the screen. And now he goes for the waffle. A lot of people say this is a chocolate bar. I think those people have never seen a waffle in their life. Haven't you seen those waffles that you put on the toaster? That's definitely a waffle with a little bit of butter on top of it. It's not a chocolate bar. And now we have a muffin. This is definitely a muffin, right? Or I guess a cupcake. You don't tell me this is an ice cream with a cherry on top or something like that. It's definitely a muffin. All right, so Baroness Bonbon is about to go out. A lot of EX here to just pull on the face of Baroness Bonbon. And TMR is actually gonna be going to Wally Warbles now, while Zero Planes is gonna be fighting against the second phase of Beppy. I didn't saw the donkey RNG on TMR side. I actually missed it. Ideally, you want to get the green donkey on the right side. That's what you want to see. Let's see what Zero Plane gets here. He gets yellow donkey on the left side and actually taking a little bit of damage right there. This is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be very tricky. He didn't got a lot of damage right there. He the train is coming. Train is, oh man. He went all in right there, but he's got to be careful with the penguins throwing the baseballs. When you are just 1 HP, sometimes those penguins can be very, very tricky. I don't know if he might even opt out to just kill a little bit of those penguins to be on the safe side, because it's definitely very risky to be on the last phase of Beppy with just 1 HP. But let's see what happens. In the meantime, good fight with Wally from TMR. You don't want to see Wally up on the top of the screen because you cannot maximize your damage output, and well done by Xeroplanes right there. You cannot maximize your damage output when Wally's all the way on the top of the screen. You want him a little bit on the middle, or even maybe in the bottom might be a little bit better than on the top of the screen. But it's still not a big deal. Just a few seconds lost right there. And we see he's gonna be trying to get the nuke here for the last phase. He might have been thinking of using it right there, but since he got damaged, he opted out of it. If he goes to the left, it's gonna be pretty good that he actually got the nuke. And yeah, it's actually going to the left, pushing the nuke right here. He's gonna be staying down there. He doesn't stay down there, taking a little bit of damage to the heart now. And we can see that Xeroplanes is actually a little bit far ahead from TMR here because he's already fighting the dragon. TMR is going to be walking to the dragon, but it's not really that far of a race yet. It's really not that far of a race yet. Let's see how this keep going. Let's definitely see how this continues to go. So now this is one of the major points why you go for Lover. Of course, Lover does a lot of damage, but not only that, but Lover makes this fight way easier than almost any other weapon. If you ever want a challenge though, if you ever want a challenge, go ahead and try the dragon in expert mode with Chaser, or not even expert, normal mode with Chaser. Oh man, you gotta be very patient if you want to fight this dragon with Chaser. But this is not gonna be the case. Lover is actually a pretty good weapon, and we can see Xeroplanes with no big trouble fighting against the dragon. Meantime, TMR is using the Pea Shooter spread combo here. Pea Shooter is actually not that bad. Pea Shooter is actually probably the second best weapon to fight the dragon compared to other. The thing with the spread is that it does a lot of damage, but you have to be very close to the dragon. So it's not as good as you might think on this specific boss. And I think Roundabout is actually not that hard. I think Roundabout is actually pretty decent for this boss. But it seems that a lot of people actually have trouble using the Roundabout for this boss. But I think it's actually pretty decent. However, I definitely prefer the Pea Shooter over almost any other weapon. Oh, that! Man! That was pretty hard. That was pretty hard right there on TMR. Oh, man. Oh man, sounds pretty low. Let me try. Uh, oh, sorry about that. Hopefully you're not hearing a lot of echo right now. I increased the volume a little bit, and it seems to be better. But hopefully you guys are not hearing a lot of echo. Let me know if there's a lot of echo, and I'm gonna be figuring something out about that. All right. In the meantime, Xeroplanes is actually getting a good RNG here, getting the middle pattern. I don't know if he's gonna be able. Like those platforms are not being very friendly so far, so I don't think he's gonna be able to. Oh, he actually got it! Wow, wow, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. A 47 on Ruby Bottom here from Xeroplanes. That was amazing. That was pretty good on Xeroplanes side. And with that dead and that amazing Honey Ruby Bottom, I forgot her name, the Queen Bee. Well, Xeroplanes is actually pulling a good of an advantage this time around. And TMR is gonna be fighting here. He's waiting for Dragon. 2 HP should be good. 2 HP should definitely be good. And he actually gets a knockout. Knockout. Nice one cycle laser right there from Xeroplanes on Dr. Call. Dr. Call can definitely be a very tricky boss, especially on the last section, on the bullet section. Oh man, that can definitely be very tricky. So let's see how he actually manages to pull this off. We have seen people like Jason, for example, doing very good tricks here, knowing where the pink bullets are going to be landing and just going insane right on the face of Dr. Call. that's hard to do. That's Jason level hard to do. So we can see Xeroplanes going for a more regular approach is still pretty good fight so far. Don't get me wrong, doing those mini bumps, and that was a really good fight on Xeroplane side. Getting a 55 on Dr. Call is definitely no joke. Let's see what's the RNG that TMR gets here. Getting a little bit unlucky, killing the oi 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 guy on its way to the right side. He has to wait a little bit longer for the animation right there. But everything is fine. He's got the triangles, which it's okay if he gets the middle section right now. It's gonna be pretty good. There it is, the middle section. And if platforms land on the proper positions here for TMR, he's gonna get a pretty decent fight against Ruby. Rumor, Honeybottom. I keep forgetting the names of these bosses. We're gonna call her the Queen Bee. We're gonna call her the Queen Bee, and she should be dead pretty soon. Well, we can see Sally stage play on Xeroplane side, piling up a little bit of lovers right there. Let's see if he's actually gonna be for the umbrella. Yeah, he's going for the umbrella. The double hitbox right there for those lovers, and he's gonna be He's gonna be soon. Yeah, he's gonna be done pretty soon on that phase of Sally. Setting up another lover trap here. We're gonna be seeing a little bit of damage boost left and right. Those big waves don't actually scared us. Taking advantage of that damage boost to land a spread EX. All the hits right there, and a very good fight by Zero. Zero is actually having a really good run, not giving any room for breathing for TMR right now. He's not getting the first cycle. That first cycle is actually pretty hard to get. You have to be very precise. That 2 cycle is not bad at all. Let's see what happens here on this section, throwing a little bit of an EX right there. He's gonna be getting the heart now, and he might be going for the nuke strat. He's gonna be, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going for the nuke strat, especially after getting that extra piece of damage on this section. So the nuke strat is definitely good to avoid 1 piece of damage right now, and boom! There it goes, and now is the last section for Dr. Call on TMR side. While Xeroplanes is fighting another one of the actually kind of easy bosses, there's a little bit of a break time when you fight both Sally and Werner Wehrman. They're both not that hard. However, right after those, you go kind of on a gauntlet of bosses. You go against Briny, then you go against Calamaria, and then the Phantom Express, and those 3 bosses can definitely be a little bit of a gauntlet right there. They can definitely cause trouble even to the most experienced of runners, especially I think the Phantom Express and Briny paired with the RNG that you can get on those bosses and how challenging some of the reactions can be. You can definitely either still save a lot of time over your opponent or just lose time over your opponent depending on what happens. I hope everybody's having a good time today at GG Speedruns. Remember, this is a race to get on the top 8. We're going to be starting top 8 next weekend, so if you're not following the channel, make sure to hit a follow right now. If you want to see the top 8 for this tournament, if you want to know more information about what the brackets are currently looking like, go ahead and type !Cuphead, and you're going to get more information about brackets and how they're looking like right now. And we see Xeroplanes actually on Briny. And he's got the shotgun. Shotgun is not bad if you actually know the patterns. If you know the patterns, you can do crazy tons of damage. We used to think that was a very bad thing to get. But if you're on top of your game, you can actually save a lot of time here. Then he gets the Octopus. Octopus is definitely something you might want to see. And I don't think this is going to be just 2 attacks. Nope. We're getting the cannonballs right now. Luckily, we didn't got this. Okay, this is all free damage right now. Brian is actually wanted to transition, but he has to wait for the animation to happen right there. It was not a bad fight at all. 3 attacks is really actually pretty good. You can do it in just 2 attack patterns, but it's actually a little bit difficult. Opting to go a little bit safe, not riding that beam, and he gets a knockout almost at the same time as TMR gets a knockout on the right side on Sally's stage play. It's a couple bosses of difference right now. It's a couple of bosses of difference. But we're still missing Phantom Express. We're still missing the King Dice. And King Dice, oh man, that's like going to Vegas and gambling. It's actually literally like going to Vegas and gambling, where a lot of things can definitely not go on your side. But Xeroplanes is just playing amazingly good tonight, and he's gonna be going against Calamaria right now. Calamaria can be a little bit tricky. There's a few tricks here and there that you can do to make this fight like extremely consistent and extremely good. And I don't think somebody like Xeroplanes is gonna be having trouble with Calamaria. You don't want to see these puffer fish, but at least Calamaria is not going down into the bottom of the sea. You get a lot of parries right now. You get that easy nuke, and he might be able to charge up for another nuke right there, which is gonna be pretty good for the second phase of Calamaria. In the meantime, TMR is actually going through the bosses that I told you. They're like a little bit of a break right now. Oh, two nukes right there. In the first phase, deciding not to save that nuke for the second phase. That's going to be fine because damage actually carries over. So if he's good enough, he shouldn't have any trouble at all. And I'm pretty sure that Xeroplanes is actually good enough. What am I even talking about? He's going to have no trouble. Look at there, just staying right there on the face of Calamaria. Oh, that bullet! That bullet wanted to cover another piece of HP, which would have made this last section trickier than it is. But with 2 HP, he should be sitting comfortable, just doing a lot of damage right there on the face of Calamaria, and just waiting for her to be a knockout anytime soon. There it is. A knockout. And Xeroplanes is actually gonna be going through Phantom Express right now. DMR is gonna be starting this gauntlet that I was talking about. He's gonna be heading its way to Briny Bird, or Brutus as we also know him, like the enemy from Popeye. Definitely inspired by Popeye here. This Briny Bird or Brutus. Oh, look at that laugh. Look at that laugh. He's gonna be taking the octopus shotgun and one. And then the yellow, and then the pink, and then another pink. Boom! All right, Xeroplanes is now in Phantom Express. This is definitely a tricky boss. There's many little things that you can do here to optimize the fight. All right, he's going on the face of the, right on front of the face of, here the first phase of Phantom Express. He won those EX. He wants those EX. He's want to set up the lover trap, and let's see if he can actually get it in one cycle. Oh, that pumpkin is there to troll, and definitely trolling. He doesn't want to see it on the right, and it actually appeared on the right. Oh man, he was missing just like one hit to get the one cycle second phase of the Phantom Express, but not a big deal. In the meantime, TMR is going to be here against the last section of Briny Bird. Okay, not the best of luck because he was going for the right side first. Yeah, it's losing a little bit of time here on the twins, but actually not that bad. Actually not that bad. Killing it on the way left is actually not that bad. Could have been a little bit better, but definitely sealed pretty clean. No lover trap, no carry on of the ghost. He's gonna be doing the regular route here, destroying those EXs right there. And is he gonna be getting it on one cycle? Is he gonna be getting it on one cycle? Almost. He's missing just like a couple shots, I'm pretty sure. And there it is. A knockout on Xeroplanes, and he's gonna be going straight to hell. That's what you get. That's what you get when you catch all of the souls here on Cuphead. You go straight to hell to fight the last two bosses. Mr. King Dice himself. My favorite song of the game is actually the King Dice song on the transition in between islands. I think that song is just amazingly good. And TMR is fighting Calamaria. If we got some Calamaria emotes in the chat, make sure to spam them right now. Make sure to spam them right now in the chat. Those Calamaria gasms in the chat. All right. All right, so here we go with King Dice. Actually getting a pretty decent luck, I think. I mean, he's got a hard on 3. Hard on 3 is good. I don't think he's gonna go 7. But a hard on 3 is definitely pretty good. We got the Smoky Smoke. I have no idea what's this guy's name. He's gonna be setting the lover trap, and he's gonna be sitting comfortable here in taking that damage boost right there. And the cigar is gonna be gone. Just like that. Oh, he's not gone. He's not gone. The first, he was just missing one single hit. He was just missing one single hit. I think the reason for that, it was because the first attack, the first transition of the cigar was very, very, very fast. So that's what made that last hit not land on time. And we got another heart here on number 4. He's going for number 4. The domino. I don't know the names of the mini bosses here on On King Dice, I'm sorry, so we're gonna be calling here the Domino. The Domino is actually a pretty good mini boss. It can be done very fast if you're careful with those little spikes on the floor, just like we see Xeroplanes actually pretty good fight against the Domino. And we're gonna be seeing a safe, just like in baseball, a safe, and then we're gonna be seeing a number eight, which is kind of probably the easiest boss in the whole game. If we take into consideration absolutely every single boss in the game, every single mini boss in King Dice, I think a lot of people might agree that the eight is the easiest. Reason for that? You just stand in the middle and you just slam a lot of damage right there. With all these cards, you could even potentially take a little one damage boost. Maybe I don't think Xeroplanes is gonna be going for that damage boost here because you actually also want those damage boosts for the last section of King Dice to be able to land as many EXs as possible. All right, so we're gonna be seeing another save or maybe a start over. No start overs on Zero's side. Unless he just jumps right away right now, which I'm sure he's not going to be doing. He just has to wait a little bit of a second right there, and he's going to be straight into the end because it doesn't matter if he got a 3 or if he got a 2. You just got to wait a little bit. Not taking... Oh, he actually took a damage right there, but I don't think that was on purpose. I think that was a little bit more of an accident. Yeah, he's taking this just safe as possible. I don't know if he's watching what's going on with the race, but if he's watching it, he might know that he's on a very comfortable lead right now, and there's absolutely no reason to take any risk. It's still a 2-minute, 7-second fight against King Dice is pretty good. And TMR is gonna be done here with the shoo with the engine pretty soon, and there it is, a knockout with that P Shooter EX. Going directly to hell right now as well on TMR side. However, one hell of a time on Xeroplane side. And I think unless something incredibly weird happens right now, like the electricity or the internet connection happens, I think this is gonna be a grab for Xeroplanes. Are we gonna be seeing Spider? Are we gonna be seeing Spider? I don't think we're gonna be seeing Spider. I think Xeroplanes is getting pretty good RNG right now. One more chance for the devil. One more chance. No more chances for the devil. Oh, there it is. We get another piece of legs, and the devil is not gonna be having Spider. That's exactly what... Oh, never mind. Never mind. It seems that the damage output was not up there, and he actually got a little bit of a Spider. Spooter man. All right, there we go. There we go. We're back to normal right now. We're gonna be back to normal right now. Here we're gonna be seeing a little bit of a pause buffer followed by an EX attack to be able to continue the movement. And we're down here to the final few seconds here on Xeroplanes to be able to capitalize and go to top 8 on this amazing No Major Glitches Cuphead tournament. Following the eyes just a little bit. Oh, just 1 HP. Just 1 HP. You gotta be careful. These little guys, these purple guys on the left and right can be a little bit trolling. The last section of the devil, and we have a knockout. We have a knockout on Xeroplane's side, and that's gonna be placing here on the top 8 of this tournament. I'm not sure who's he gonna be fighting against. Let's have a look here real quick. Who's gonna be Xeroplanes actually facing against? We're gonna be having... Oh, Xeroplanes is actually gonna be going against Zuning. That's gonna be pretty good. And also on the loser side, we're gonna be having Kurter versus Yuka. However, on the winner side of the bracket, we're gonna be having Jason versus Caliban and Fruity Waffles versus Grondius. What an amazing piece of matches we're gonna be having. Here for the top 8. Remember to be pending on the Discord, !Discord, to know the times and days that this is gonna be playing. But most likely it's gonna be one day on Saturday, like Cuphead or the Messenger, and then Sunday, the other game. We're gonna be having a couple matches because it's most likely gonna be best of 3, depending on what all the top 8 decides. But it's most likely gonna be best of 3, all the top 8 matches that are gonna be starting right next weekend. All right, we can see TMR right now actually facing the 8 ball. Since I cannot monitor the sound, let me know, guys. I think TMR is using microphones, so we're gonna be keeping the sound on Zero Planes side. All right, so here we go on the last section of the King Dice, throwing all those EXs to the face of King Dice. He's taking a little bit safer here, and I don't blame him because he only has 2 HP. That could have been possible to be done with 1 damage boost right there, but it's gonna be very tricky, so he's definitely deciding for the smart choice right now, and he gets a knockout. Xeroplanes got a 207. Let's see what time the TMR got on King Dice. He's got a 219. That's actually pretty good as well. That's actually pretty good as well. And we're gonna be heading into the Devil. Last boss. Last boss of the night, the morning, the afternoon, whatever you are. But we're gonna be having more matches tomorrow from the Messenger tournament. The last 2 matches before top 8 as well for the Messenger 8-bit no out of bounds tournament. So if you're not following the channel, follow bar tags into following the channel. Make sure to tune in because we're going to be having more amazing matches, and we're going to be heading to the top 8 of the 2 tournaments that we're currently hosting pretty soon, as well as more events in the near future. So we can see TMR getting the flames right now, getting those dancing little flames, and we got a spooter. We got a spooter man here on TMR side as well. Well, the game at least being fair and blessing them with the same type of RNG here on both sides. Some people say actually if you get Spider on the very first attack, if you reset, it might be even faster than actually fighting the Spider, which is pretty interesting. It tells you how slow actually the Spider is. Alright, and let's see if he's gonna be getting the pause buffer. Oh, those little bubbles actually transitioning into the next section. He did the pause buffer, he forgot to do the EX, so he was not being able to be in full control. However, he was able to just land a little bit of bullets right there beforehand, which is still pretty good. We got a couple of eyes throwing here those axes. Those axes actually can be a little bit tricky if you want to maximize your damage output. All right, left and right eye, left and right eye. That devil seems to be pissed because he's not getting the souls he wanted back. He's actually getting his butt kicked right now. Nice little bit of EXs right there. He's gonna be heading into the last section. Here it is. The devil is actually in tears. The devil is crying. He's gonna be defeated pretty soon. And we have a knockout on TMR side. Unfortunately, that also knocks him out of the tournament, but great participation. Just 1 spot right before the top 8, and we're gonna be seeing here if we're gonna be getting any of the runners for some last post-match interview. Let me see if we can get them here. Remember also to follow both runners in exclamation mark runner. Really, really good runners for both Cuphead and many other things. Xeroplanes and TMR. Let's see if they're going to be joining for commentary here. Sorry. Oh, man. I need a little bit of water. I'm sorry about this. Remember, guys, if you're doing commentary, to hydrate before the match and during the match as well. Where is Stay Hydrated bot? I haven't seen a Stay Hydrated bot in a long time, and it seems that we're gonna be having Xeroplanes here. Xeroplanes, how you doing? Let me know if you can hear me.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Congratulations on advancing to top 8. How was your match? How are you feeling?
Felt great. I got really good RNG. I feel a little disappointed I squandered some of it, but yeah, I think primarily a really solid run. Only like Ribby and Croaks, and then Beppy was just kind of bad. Everything else was like, really? It's this lucky? I turned out really well for me.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And some people said that you might have been on PvPace. Were you actually on PvPace?
All the way up until Calamaria. Yeah, so I was about 4 seconds behind, and I had some pretty major time saves, but then after Grim, after Ghost Train, I kind of gave up on PB.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you even noticed, I retried on King Dice because I got no hearts. I was like, I'm just gonna be a little bit safer here, and that cost me probably an extra 10 seconds, and ended up about 30 seconds behind PB.
Oh, got it. No, I didn't see that. Actually, I thought you were. Actually, I thought you had like an amazing good luck right there on King Dice, but I didn't see the retry, so
Uh,
that was a little bit of cheating for the good luck right there. Well played, Zero Planes. Well played, Zero Planes. And here we are joined
Thank
as
you.
well by TMR. TMR just one step away from the top 8. How are you feeling after this race?
I feel normal. I mean, it's just I'm not used to the 1.2 version. Well, I never speedrun it, so I'm not I'm not practiced at all, and yeah. Well, I mean, I knew Xeroplanes was gonna win, even if I will have practice because the experience he has with this version.
Yeah, definitely. Zero Planes is an amazing player here on this game. I expected this match to be close, and it was actually pretty close up until the dragon, until that unfortunate death. Did anything went through your mind when you saw that death on the dragon? Were you like, I can still do this, or you were like, oh man, this is not happening?
Well, I mean, my strategy overall was trying to avoid dying, and because I always play the dragon in expert mode. I'm so used to the expert. When I play the normal, it's always very confusing for me, and I get nervous. So yeah, I died. Mistakes happen. Sadly, didn't want it to die, but I took an early hit. I didn't want it to retry. I mean, it was the perfect time to retry, but yeah. So
Got
I
it.
just decided to keep going.
Got it. Nice. And one more question here. Like you just mentioned that you're more used to playing expert. You're more used to playing legacy version. I know a little people enjoy watching you playing Cuphead, and well, at some point in time, even grinding for world records. Do you have any plan to actually come back to this game and just grind it a lot again, even for the new categories, or I don't know, maybe one day with the DLC?
It's gonna be very rough because the DLC is gonna be, of course, current patch, and since I'm not practiced like at all, it is very skilled, so it will take like a lot of time to learn the proper strats and all that. Uh, so I really would love to, but I don't know. Like I tend to put myself a lot of projects, so at the moment I'm stuck with the ones I am.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, if I really enjoy the DLC, maybe I will give it a try. Of course, I will have to start from point zero, but yeah, for sure. The thing I'm planning is to make a hater percent with the DLC. Of course, that will be something.
Well, definitely looking forward for that. And how about you, Zero Planes? You're going to be facing against Suning. This is already the second chance part of the tournament. So whoever loses now, it's like gone. It's eliminated. So what are your plans like moving forward in terms of practice? Are you going to keep grinding this game, or you're just going to go with what you already know?
I'm gonna do like kind of regular runs, probably like just a couple a day, just keep myself fresh. But I don't think I want to change up strats at this point, um, because I'm gonna get mixed up in the middle of the race. Is my thinking. I want to not be unsure. That just like messes with my nerves, and then I make stupid mistakes, which is fine for PB attempts. You just reset. But for a tournament, I'm just want to stick with what's consistent and really try to avoid dying.
Great. And do you have any thoughts about top 8? Again, we have to consult with everybody, see if they're fine with it. But most likely it's going to be best of 3. Do you have any thoughts? Do you think you have an advantage? Do you prefer to be just one race and flip a coin and see which side gets better luck? What are your thoughts about getting best of 3 for the top 8?
Well, for me, like if I have any chance at winning, I'm gonna have to get crazy lucky. So best of three is gonna be a bit of a disadvantage. But um I think best of three would be like a better way to determine like who's like the Cuphead champion, so to speak, you know. But I'm happy to do it either way. I think it's been a lot of fun participating in this tournament, and I'm good with just single matches like we just did or best of three.
Great. Yeah, definitely. I think it's gonna make it like a little bit more fair, like you said. If anything goes wrong on one race, I mean, you still have another 2 potential runs to try to catch up. And how about you, TMR? Do you think maybe results would have been different if this would have been a 2 out of 3, or do you think it's just way too different from Legacy to this patch for you?
Well, yeah, it's way too different. It wouldn't have changed the result from today, that's for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, great to hear. I want to thank you both guys, Xeroplanes and TMR, for being part of this tournament. TMR, unfortunately, you're not going to be moving on, but it was great participation. It was great to see you back as well on this game. I'm sure a lot of people enjoy it. And same to you, Xeroplanes. I want to wish you best of luck on the top 8, which is going to be starting next weekend. But before we close out, do you guys have any final words or anything else you guys want to say?
A good game. Thanks for the race, and thanks for hosting this tournament, Mr. Dino.
Yeah, I just wanna congratulate you, Xeroplanes. You win fair and square. Well, not fair, not fair, man. 2 hours earlier, you won, man. Nah, it was gonna be the same. So yeah, congrats on the win, and yeah, the same. Thank you, Mr. Dino, for putting together this tournament, and to all the commentators and all the people helping you out behind the scenes. It's pretty awesome to keep having some love for this game, despite of some people being retired. But crazy stuff has happened, right? Like I heard, I didn't watch it myself, but I heard that what's his name, Jason got a world record during the race, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Jason, the Pokemon Go player, gets a world record on race.
Yeah, to put out some pressure, man. It's just you catch Pokemons or you just kill bosses crazy fast. Yeah, he's very talented. And to my taste, he's the best Cuphead player in the world. But well, yeah, I mean, anything can happen in a race. All it takes is just playing a little risky, which he usually does, and you get a death. So yeah. So
uh,
good luck to all the rest of the competitors, especially to you, Xeroplanes, in your next match.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, with that being said, as always, I say this wouldn't be possible without you, the runners, the viewers, the community, and everybody. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Remember, we're going to be having top 8 matches starting next weekend, but we're going to be seeing who the last 2 runners for the Messenger tournament move on to top 8 as well. That's going to happen tomorrow on this channel. Once again, thank you, Xeroplanes. Thank you, TMR, and everybody for watching. And well, we'll see you on the next race. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much.